DreamHack Masters Spring Day 4. That means yesterday was the day of the upper bracket finals and some interesting matches that you're getting to take a quick look at here. Renegades with the victory over Avant. Tyloo with a victory over Vici. And what that interestingly means, as we do head now into day 4, is that we head back down to the lower bracket. The time now for us to say goodbye to a couple of our teams. One from ANZ and one from Asia. Of course, that is all coming up for you after this. Well, here we go, diving into another day of DreamHack Masters Spring, and it seems like the Counter-Strike never ends here in Asia and Oceania, which is fantastic. I'm back once again, and joining me is Kevin and Mac. You guys would have seen them over the last couple of days. Great to have you guys back. Really looking forward to catching up with how things have been going here in DreamHack Masters Spring. What's been happening in your world, Mac? Things been pretty interesting in the last couple of days of CS, I imagine.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, you know. There was chances for upsets, you know. Avant, they're up against Renegades yesterday, causing a bit of a kink there in the wire as Dust 2 was taken by them in a triple overtime extraordinaire. And look, going forward, they did not manage to close that one out. It was actually a reverse sweep from Renegades, who looked very good on the third map to close the series. And then over in Asia, Kev, do you want to take us through that?
Yeah, Asia series a little bit more forgettable in that instance. Yes, it was a 2-1, but the scoreline, it was just 3 one-sided maps pretty much, and that's always a painful thing to see between the domestic rivals. That means that Tyloo and Renegades with that extra map advantage in the grand finals, but now, starting the lower bracket, have to see which teams do get eliminated tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have to talk about that as we progress through this pre-show. To start things off, we'll be talking about Oceania, and you did allude to this one, Mac. Renegades being able to get that victory over Avant 2-1. I guess not a huge surprise that Renegades has been the team to go through to that grand final with the upper bracket victory. But now we get to see Order and Chiefs down there in the lower bracket. And to be honest, to see Order go down 2-0 so convincingly to Avant, at least for me, Kev, was a little bit of a question mark now over this Order roster.
Yeah, just a little bit. The consistency is always the issue right now, and look, coming into the lower bracket, you have no more excuses. You can't be blaming just having a cold start or just, oh, we didn't play our game, we didn't hit our shots. That's it. Like, you can't hear the same thing time and time again. Order have proven themselves to have the same caliber as Avant to be able to nearly push Renegades to the brink. Unfortunately, either team not able to find that success just yet. Still, they have another chance though. Order with another lifeline in this have to take down Chiefs before they can match up against Avant potentially once again.
Yeah, Avant have been really surprising, you know, especially in that first upper bracket match between Order and Avant the other day. Order looked like they weren't really ready for how strong Avant is looking currently. And look, taking a map off Renegades, it's a very rare sight, although these days a couple of teams have started to do that. Chiefs as well, you know, taking that map off Renegades. Order did it in Road to Rio. Everyone's starting to make sure that they certainly have their skill levels heightened here for DreamHack again. And going into the first match of the day, Order up against Chiefs, it feels like it's a coin flip at this point unless Order can really pull their finger out.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like an interesting matchup. Before we get too far into the discussion about that, do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors for supporting us here in the DreamHack Masters Spring. It's always fantastic to have the support of not only all of these sponsors, but also DreamHack, allowing us to have a little bit more Counter-Strike to watch and enjoy here down under. Not something we get quite as often maybe as the boys over in Europe and North America. But let's go back to what you just said there, Mac. It really feels like a bit of a coin flip in this matchup here between Order and Chiefs, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that, right? Chiefs, I honestly thought we're going to get blown out of the water in this competition, right? They've just come in, they've had 3 massive roster changes, but APOC, Dud, and Hugh being able to step up in that game against Renegades once again gives you that little bit of hope maybe for the Chiefs roster in this match against Order.
Yeah, we all, I feel like, shared that sentiment. You know, I think Kev was the only one that was really like, look, APOC Dud, he's really good. He can make this one happen. And he was right. He almost did make it happen.
I mean, he was
in that
really
series.
good looking.
Okay.
Also fragged in that Dust 2 game, so that kind of works out. Look, I think it's an exceptional result for Chiefs in the sense that they were able to take a map of Renegades, but let's be realistic about it. It was a very streaky performance, and Renegades have shown themselves to be a bit more vulnerable in Dust 2 now, so it's not an instance of, I mean, the other 2 maps where the Chiefs took versed off against Renegades weren't really close in all honesty. So yes, it's good to see Chiefs doing some damage, but how much damage can they do against Order is the real question.
Indeed, indeed. What did you guys think of Vexite? We've heard a lot of discussion about him coming into this Chiefs roster. He's supposed to be the next big up-and-comer, but again, I didn't look at those matches. I didn't actually get the time to watch those matches, but just based on what I saw from the statistics, it didn't seem like he was a huge factor for Chiefs.
Yeah, well, look, he has been pretty good in that sort of Div 2 area as well, playing in a lot of the pro leagues, the pug leagues rather, and certainly starting to show his prowess there. And I believe that's where a lot of these higher level players have gone, oh, look, he really is pretty damn good for being a 15-year-old. So let's take a chance, you know. Chiefs, they have taken a huge chance in picking him up and going for this game. Although I did have a quick chat with Jira the other night after their loss, and I was like, where's Declan? I wanted to speak with him. And he said, oh, he's too good for us now. He thinks he's too good for us. So we'll see if his ego comes into play.
Maybe so, maybe so. Anyway, these are the matches coming up for you today. We've got Order and Chiefs, which we've already started discussing a little bit. Beyond and Lucid Dream, the Thai derby that we've seen time and time again, really, it feels like this is a matchup that we've watched so much of in the last couple of months of Asian Counter-Strike. But it's been, I think, a bit of a disappointing run for the Thai team so far here in DreamHack, and for one of them, we're going to be saying goodbye today.
Yeah, look, they're found wanting a lot of the times against the Chinese teams, or thinking maybe they're on the cusp of taking victories against Tyloo as well as Vici Gaming. But unfortunately, with these roster changes, with Beyond not really, say for example, for Lucid Dream, trying to bring in the Koreans, and they're leaving now because of all the situation there, trying to integrate new members into the roster, it's never going to be able to, you're never going to be able to push opponents like that if you're just always trying to figure out what you're doing. And Beyond, they're not able to do the damage yet either.
Yeah, the thing is with Lucid Dream, though, we did see that roster change come into play, and Foxes and 789, both really outstanding in that series the other day. Maybe not so much 789, he was outstanding for other reasons. The memorable plays for him running around a corner, spraying, just trying to get that pre-fire to work, and it was a bit of a hilarious game. But going forward, I'm sure he's going to be able to tighten up the nuts and bolts and make everything look like a nice piece of engineering.
Yeah, what's your two sort of, I don't want to dive too far into the predictions just yet, but what's your quick predictions for both of these matches? I'll go first with you, Mac, and then you, Kev.
Well, first match, I'm going to go with Order because I believe they do have it in them, but as I said, it's a coin flip, and I'm always one to watch a bit of an upset, so underdog stories, love them.
Sure.
And second match, I can't go past my boy Johnny Olsen. I have to go with Lucid.
Interesting. All right. Well, Kev, what's in your side?
Yeah, I was still picking Lucid for the consistency there. Am I really allowed to upset people now?
Go for it. We'll break it down.
I'm supporting Chiefs.
Sure. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Well, there's the thoughts from our panelists, our analysts. We're going to head to a quick break and break down all of that discussion, particularly those predictions, interesting ones from Mac and Kevin, right after this.
I owe you, so tell me where. I'll take you there. I don't need a gift, I just need your love. Can you feel it coming? Can you feel it coming? Can you feel it? my curse, so right, so wrong. Bad moves in the heat, tearing up the scene. I'm disco dynamite. Bad moves in the heat, DJ drop the beat. Come on now. Roll with the crazy dance like 1980. Roll with me, baby, you ain't gonna save me. Hit the floor, feel the sound. Baby, can you get up on this boogie? Roll with the crazy dance like 1980. Bad blood, watch me turn. Now walk and cruise around. I've got silver sun, I'm gonna tear it down. Bad moves in the heat, tearing up the scene. I'm disco dynamite. Bad moves in the heat, DJ drop the beat.
Into DreamHack Masters Day 4 here in Asia and Oceania. That means we're headed down into the lower bracket matches. We find Order and Chiefs down there as far as ANZ is concerned. I'll welcome back Mac and Karath here with me, and we're now going to start diving into the discussion about this first matchup, this ANZ matchup, which is looking like it's going to be a pretty interesting one. Kev, you sort of, Mac rather, you described this as a bit of a coin flip going into it today. What's your thoughts on that whole take, Kev? You know, you feel like this is a bit of a 50-50 matchup as well?
Absolutely not. Definitely not a coin flip. Definitely not a 50-50 match. This is still heavily favoured in Order. They have a lineup that's been practicing for a lot longer. Let's be realistic about it. Still a roster with much more experience, the ability to actually take these series against lower tier teams like Chiefs at the moment and to put the W on the board. But, I mean, I wouldn't consider Chiefs like completely outside odds here. They showed a little bit of ability to upset the Renegades earlier on. If they can bring that consecutively against Order, who are playing poorly, that's where the series starts opening up a little bit in terms of interest.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, right? Does the result against Avant play on your mind at all here, Mac? The one that Order got, it was a 0-2, didn't look too fantastic for them at all. You look at Chiefs, they managed to get a map off of Renegades. I know that's kind of chain logic in a way, right? But surely that's got to be something that you think about when you consider this matchup.
Well, it was. That's why, like, going into the prediction, I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a 3 mapper, as much as I feel like Order should be winning this 2-0, considering Chiefs are coming in with a fresh lineup. Chiefs are just looking really good right now, and if they all perform individually and Order start napping, you know, then there is that opportunity for Chiefs to cause the upset today.
Yeah, absolutely right. Let's have a look at the Order lineup while we're having a bit of a discussion about them. It should be some familiar faces. As you've already alluded to, Mac, they haven't really made too many roster changes in recent history. You've got the experience there of the players like Ricky and Ustillo, who have been overseas quite substantially. You've got the young guns coming through, the likes of Gyra. Alice has been around for quite a long time, as well as Valiant, I guess you could probably characterize alongside Gyro there as one of the more newer faces, I guess, to the top level of ANZ Counter-Strike, though this is a fairly experienced Order roster. So what's your take on how things have been going so far for them, Kevin? You know, you look towards individuals, right? I think we've seen Alistair having a pretty decent run so far in DreamHack Masters Spring. We were talking about Valiant a little bit as well.
I would actually argue that Alistair's not been looking too crash hot, in all honesty. So normally Alistair can be on that peak form where he's just pretty much taking control of the map. Not really seeing that at the moment. Ricky as well, he didn't really have a good series on Train against Avant the other day. Looks like he was being singled out and targeted, which is always very difficult as that B-side anchor. Look, the key for success here is the riflers working once again for Order. We saw coming into Nuke that it was a much closer match because Estillo started firing up. You could see that Valiance was able to do the job as well alongside with Gyro. So for me, if Order come into the series where Alistair is able to hit his shots, Valence is able to race off to a good red hot start, and some of the veterans in Ricky and Estillo can back that up, then excellent. That is actually their win condition against Chiefs.
You think the same, Mac, or are you leaning a little bit more towards Chiefs having a better start here?
Well, I feel like Order need to have a good start, because that's what didn't happen the other day for them, you know. Avant kept on catching them off guard, kept on finding the best timings possible, essentially, there. And look, it took Ustillo a long time to get on the board. Ricky as well. I think he was 0 and 10 on train, I believe. That's a really rough start, considering how well he has actually been performing individually for Order since he's joined this lineup. So that was a real big surprise when Avant just shut him down like that.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about Chiefs as well while we have a bit of a discussion about them. And this is a very different roster. You're going to see Vexite, Soju, and Zeph coming in. Now, there is that interesting storyline. Obviously, Zeph was playing on the Order roster a little while ago, but this is, you know, a potential chance for revenge or something. I don't know, maybe if he wants revenge or not. You've obviously got Apoc Dud and Humongous coming through from that former Chiefs roster. But, yeah, look, I sort of came into this one thinking for Chiefs, this is a good opportunity just to build the roster up a little bit. Didn't really have too many expectations. And already being able to take a map away from Renegades has been a pretty decent result for them, I'd say.
Yeah, look, I'd have to agree with them there as well. You know, Vexite looking very, very good, and I want to see another big performance from him again. First map, he didn't look great the other day, but then he had a pretty big nuke, I believe it was. And then, look, it was just Apoc Dud really on the AWP doing a lot of the heavy lifting for that victory. But you still need to look at Soju. He had a very calm, collected head coming into the game, getting a few clutches there and a couple of really good plays. I think it was the B side on Inferno that looked really, really solid.
It was A site, so it was
Yeah.
it was the Zeph and Soju kind of site hold. It's B on Dust 2 and the A on Inferno where they looked pretty good against Renegades. And look, that kind of is expected a little bit. You've got really a dynamic, such a dynamic player in Zeph who's able to challenge 2 or 3 different angles, and you just allow Soju to solidly lock down one. He gets 1 or 2, that's completely fine. It just means that Zeph can prioritize the more dangerous angles and get those kills on the board. Look, I would argue against your point. I'm sorry to say this. I think Vexite had an okay series. He didn't really set the world on fire for me. He didn't really overly impress me, but it's against Renegades. I'll give him a bit of a break, right? It's a hard thing to always do against such a top-tier team. It's your first official. You're still pretty young at this. Like I said, willing to give him a break, but let's be realistic. He did not set the world on fire.
15-year-old, first official, up against the best team in Australia. You need to give him some leeway. He didn't bomb out. He didn't have a 0 on the board. He did really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think in that kind of a context, if he's going average, you're probably pretty happy with that. What I do want to question you guys on, again, because you've seen those couple of games so far over this the course of the ANZ portion of DreamHack Masters Spring, is that, you know, one of the old storylines for the Chiefs roster when they were genuine coming into Chiefs was that if they're going to play well, they're going to be relying on Apoc Dud and Hugh to kind of bring a bit of that firepower. You know, you talked about the other players every now and then, but those two seem to be the primary sort of star power kind of figures. Is that the same kind of a discussion that we're going to be seeing a lot from the Chiefs roster today?
I'd say so. Look, Hugh, he had a pretty decent series the other day. The thing is, he is one of the most consistent players on the team. I believe the first series of Road to Rio that they played, he had a bit of a lackluster performance. But then the rest of Road to Rio, he was looking solid as ever. His MDL performance has been pretty solid. And then over in that upset map, he had a couple of decent frags. And even on the maps that they lost, he was playing very, very well. So as long as he's consistent and the rest of the boys around him are all playing nice, there is still chance for an upset here.
All right, looks like it's time to dive into the veto discussion, boys. And this is going to be an interesting one, isn't it? Because, again, it's a completely new Chiefs roster. It's very hard to imagine that they've had a lot of time to prac and prep. But what's your take on this one, Kev? Are we going to be seeing a specific map out from Chiefs? Maybe Dust 2 was obviously
Train.
A good one against the Renegades boys, but
Chiefs are going to pick Train 100% here, I feel like, because from all the talk is that Chiefs are quite strong on it. The fact that Renegades actually bans Train against Chiefs and go, we think they're pretty strong in it, I think that's a pretty big commendation, honestly, from the best team inside Oceania. And look, Order definitely struggled against Avant on Train the other day. You're going to be coming into that very confident because Order, I believe their permanent veto is always overpass, correct?
Yes, it has been for a while now. And the thing that excites me about this matchup is, again, we have a chance to see some Vertigo, which we haven't seen so far in DreamHack Masters for this week. So I'm excited to see if that does come in. I feel like it would be a third map pick here, if it is there at all. Because like both these teams are pretty good. Order doesn't really want to get upset on it, and Chiefs know how to play it as well.
Here's the thing, though. Chiefs with this new roster might actually try to avoid Vertigo against Order, because it could actually be a bit of a threat here. I'm just trying to figure out what else is their permanent ban, because they talked about it just the other night where they have 5 maps. I don't feel like they really play Overpass, so it might be a case of, okay, we might actually see Vertigo banned out in the first phase.
All right, well, I suppose we've heard all of the discussion from Mac and Kev. Let's go ahead and bring up the first couple of bans. It's going to be Vertigo. So Vertigo's gone there, Kev. Mirage taken away by Order, which definitely does leave Train open here for Chiefs. Now, we're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here, so I'm going to go ahead and say let's just have a look at what the first couple of maps are and then have a discussion about it. So it is indeed actually going to be that Dust 2 choice from Chiefs. Now, Train's still available in the pool, could go all the way to that third, but obviously that must be a surprise for you, Kev.
A little bit, yeah. But look, picking Dust 2, not too surprised either, because they did have that success against Renegades. They're going to be pretty confident going into Order on that map, especially if they start on the T side.
Yeah, look, I feel like, especially as the first map of the series, Chiefs are going to be able to start on the right foot if they want to formulate an upset here. And Order, I guess it's just going to depend on how they're feeling today. Their Dust 2 isn't too bad, but up against Chiefs, if APOC Dud has nothing to lose. Although, think about it. APOC Dud the other day, when we were talking about Dust 2, that was the second map of the series. We said, what changed between the first and the second map? And he's like, well, we lost, and I didn't like it. So going into this, he's not going to come in off a loss. He's not going to be fired up.
I think I figured out the success for APOC Dud here. Any map that has water in it, I don't think he performs that well. So that's why he might struggle on Nuke and these other maps like Inferno, where there are a couple of taps and fountains. Dust 2, completely devoid of any hydration source.
Sure.
Maybe that's why he frags so well.
What is interesting, obviously, is that Chiefs haven't gotten rid of Overpass. So that was a map that's very, very heavily been vetoed by Chiefs in the past. Maybe a shift in mentality based on this new roster that's coming in. Let's go and see if they do get rid of it here. It's actually Train taken away by Chiefs, Overpass then forced away by Order, and Inferno is the remaining map in the pool, which is overall a little bit surprising for me. You know, you were, again, sort of very heavily angling towards Train for Chiefs. I was expecting to see Overpass the veto away from Chiefs, so this has kind of all thrown everything out of the water. We've got Dust 2, Nuke, and Inferno. Thoughts on the map pool as a whole, Mac?
Well, map pool as a whole, there's water on Inferno. There is a fountain, so I'm probably going to say if it goes all three, with your theory, Chiefs are going to be losing this series, but Inferno, Order's been looking pretty good on it, and it was interesting to see that they didn't insta-ban Overpass themselves, because it's been that insta-ban for a long time now, and that might mean that they have that as a pocket pick.
All right, well,
I wouldn't say so, to be honest.
Well, what's your thought then, Kevin? It seems like you've got something to say about it.
I was about to say quickly, because Overpass I feel like is just a ban at this stage because they know that Chiefs aren't going to play it, and they know that Chiefs aren't going to pick it, so...
Well, we'll take a look at the Dust 2 map stats here and see how things have gone in the past. Now, there's very little to look at when it comes to Chiefs, right? It's 100% win rate. Yeah, it's against Renegades. It looks fantastic on paper, but it is only one map victory. Not quite as kind for Order, so that's probably playing onto the mentality here of Chiefs as well. I think we're going to be looking, again, probably to APOC Dud to activate here on Dust 2 to have a good solid shot against Order.
Yeah, I would also say it's really down to the riflers on Chiefs as well. Soju needs to step up. He was playing very, very well on Dust 2 alongside with Zeph at this stage. So Zeph actually had a shocker coming into the final map on Nuke, so hopefully he's able to pick up his game against Order, because he cannot be doing that if they are to take the series victory.
Indeed, indeed. And Mac, what's your quick little take on Dust 2 before we head to the break? You keen for a Chiefs victory here? Do you think they start off well, or is this going all the way into Order's back pocket?
If Chiefs are going to win this series, they need Dust 2. So if they drop it against Order, then it's not looking likely for an upset today.
All right, well, I guess we're going to have to find out, Mac, aren't we? We're going to head straight into Dust 2. First, though, time for a quick break. So I guess it's not straight into, got you there, but don't go too far. We'll be back right after this with the first map.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
Dust 2 awaits for Order and Chiefs as we're about to head into map number 1. There are a few little things that we need to clear up before we get into that, and of course one of them is going to be our predictions here on the desk. Go ahead and bring those up. It's going to be an interesting discussion here. Before we get into that, obviously you want to get your predictions as well. You can head over to the DreamHack website and let us know your thoughts. I believe there's some prizes on offer for those who predict well, predict correctly. And Kevin, unfortunately you would not be one of those, generally speaking, who predicts correctly and predicts well. You've gone for Chiefs. Mac and I have gone for Order here. So talk me through the idea behind picking Chiefs here.
Look, I've gone a couple of predictions a little bit way too correct these last couple of days. You're correct. There's no Order in the world. If I keep doing this, I need to get something wrong or I need to prove you guys wrong. We'll find out which way it is.
Well, you did a pretty good job yesterday. I think you hit the nail on the head with the 16 to 9 prediction.
16 to 14,
16
actually.
to
So I
14,
said
yeah.
Renegades were going to take Nuke, but barely. It's going to go all 30, and there you had it. It was all 30 on Nuke. So
Honestly, I think that's
really
pretty
rare.
good. I would not have predicted that. I would have predicted Renegades to just smash Nuke, to be honest. But not about you, Mac. What's your reasoning for Order? Because obviously we've gone for Order. I feel like they're just a little bit more of a known quantity, a little bit more established as a roster. And that, for me, is why I've gone for Order here on Dust 2.
I will usually just go for that safer pick myself, it seems. And Order, going into this series, I thought that they would be the safer pick. So, look, that's really it. Anyway, Jordan will be leaving us now, as it's going to be Kevin and I bringing you all the action here on Dust 2. Betway odds just barely favouring Order. But as you can see, very, very close indeed. Now, Order, they have chosen to start on the T side here on Dust 2, and it looks like they're aiming to go towards short here.
Look, I'm not going to lie. Those odds for Order actually look pretty good at this stage. Yes, I predicted Chiefs, but if Order come into the series more hyper-focused, it's going to be absolutely great for them. Apoc Dud's going to be the first point of contact, obviously, with the pistols. But it is actually going to be an eventual A-site split. It's all really down to Ricky. How much can he find over here at Long?
I don't know if it's even going to be the split at this point, because Short's there for free. Chiefs positioned for the retake. Ricky steps straight into the crosshair of Humongous there, and that will be first blood. Now, Chiefs, with this man advantage, may be able to make the retake look good, but Apoc's going to fight for it anyway from this position. Binks down, forced back. Wants some more as he's jiggling around, but it's Ali with pre-fire coming around the corner, and that is going to be the A-site secured. Bomb dropped, but retrieved there by Valiant, as Zeph now may just be able to dunk this nade in the perfect spot. One's actually gone to the wrong position.
Soju's missed that one completely, but I think they were trying to guess exactly where they're on site. Look, they can accelerate the timing here, though. They've got the players in the right position right now, charging into short. Valence is going to be the key threat right now from Ninja. Smoke's going to go on the bomb plant, and Zeph's not going to spot the fact there's one in CT. The bomb has been stuck by Soju, so it should be a Chiefs round victory, even though the members are falling down. No one alive, but they get the round.
Too much of a distraction there coming in from the Chiefs, and they reel it the whole 5 seconds. Kits make it that much easier, don't they? Well, now as we go into the second, we do have a quick pause coming through. Order, with that bomb plant, should be able to go for a force if they want. They can get a couple of AKs in play. Not sure if it's the smartest decision, but if it works, then Chiefs will be on the back foot.
Yeah, look, I think for Order, it might honestly be better with a few pistols on some of their members as opposed to just complete force-up. And the reason why for that is they've got so much money. Look, you've still got body armor and Valiance as well as Estillo. They've taken a little bit of damage, so if they want to invest in a helmet, which they really need to on the T side, let's be realistic, it's going to cost them a lot more. But you get a couple of Deagles here, keep Ricky's money up and Gyro's money up high, try to do some damage to the CT economy, then you start rolling in. But they have forced into here, or Ricky has, so...
Interesting decision. I thought Val would have certainly kept the money there and handed off an AWP to Ali for the next. But it looks like Order, they've decided against that decision and are just going to play their own game. So let's see if they can cause an upset here in the second.
And look, the key of the game right now is obviously taking the round. If they don't, they just need to take guns off the CT side. A couple of SMGs in play, 3 of them as a matter of fact, means that this A site hold is going to be very weak. Can't really duel from the A bomb site into short, and even as the smokes go down, I mean, the 2 long players, there's only Humongous with the A4. Once again, a retake A setup as Order have managed to take the short control unscathed with a lot of utility left.
Slow approach. Order in the position to execute. Here comes the Vanguard smokes. Well, only one for the moment. Progression. Edging forward now, Gyro. What's he got in store for us here? He's got that double flash to play with. Molly going down towards the A ramp. It's the A site that is the target. Still Ricky just waiting for a push here at Bedroom, but no one falling yet.
He's going to hear this from Vexite. Oh, Vexite clears it and falls back. He's pushing backwards and forward. He's playing with Ricky at the moment as the bomb plant goes down. But there's so much retake utility to work with, and Ricky is now a big threat right now. He's going to be shift walking through into Bedroom, but he can't find the timing. Vexite gets the better of him. Out comes the retake utility. The Galil's dancing on the bomb site, trying to fight against 3 CTs. Not going to work out. Valiant's last man left standing, but with the Galil at that range, he's doing well to hold on for now. And the time is actually ticking away. Valiant is making the Galil work. Even if he goes down here, it doesn't matter. The round has been picked up by Autumn. There's no time.
Soju sticking it anyway, so everyone will fall there in the second, but Valiant's making the Galil look so damn good. 6 on the board, and a similar performance to kick things off from him. We saw the other day, I think he was on 15 kills in about 8 rounds the other day, and I'm expecting the same right now.
That was on Train, where he was just off to a racing hot start on that CT side against Avant 2 days ago. I mean, it's good to see him replicate that form. He's really been one of those consistent performances for Order recently, and that's great to see from one of the young guns as well. He's really impressed me these last couple of months with his growth.
Humongous is looking to go toe-to-toe at Bedroom, though. Whoa. Timing not going to favour him. No idea that anyone's been boosted up. Ricky is just waiting for this aggression as Humongous falls straight into the trap, but he'll take Gyro with him, so at least the damage has come through. Chiefs now, look at this position from Apoc Dud. He is continuing forward up mid. This hasn't been spotted yet. Val, he's worried about mid doors, but look, Apoc, he's threaded the needle. He's straight into the backyard, and this is going to be so much information for Chiefs to play with.
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing as well, but he might actually be picked off as Alistair's come back. He was very scared of a bedroom re-aggression. It's actually not a bedroom re-aggression, it's something else, and that actually opens up the map for Order one more time.
Apoc Dud is going to be kicking himself there. A victim of timing. Now Order has that bomb over and upper dark. They're getting ready to go for the execute. Progression smoke comes through. Zeph in a solid position. But can Charlie get some revenge against Order here? Oh, not quite spotted there as the jump out comes through. It's going to be some utility everywhere. Misses some sitters onto Ustillo. And now it's all crumbling down. Charlie can't get the work done as Soju tries to pick up the pieces. Backside as well in CT, brings it to the 2v2. And now there is an opportunity, but Ustillo still needs to commit here. And it's just a scout to cover. Under the window, flash comes through, and Soju gets it done. 4 seconds to retrieve the bomb and plant. Now it's going to be Ali forced to stick this one, but Vexite so far away. He's going to the double doors. Ali gets it down in the last second.
Oh no, he misses it.
Wait,
Chiefs
what?
take the round.
What?
He's just planted a little bit too late, and Chiefs managed to sneak another round out, and that is a critical kill. That flashbang coming in from Vexite buys enough time, and Astillo just whiffs his spray there.
Did he stop planting?
No, he committed to the plant, but
It was just a millisecond late, right.
Just a millisecond late. But what a round. I mean, this is the previous round. He's just trading back and forth at the moment. Once again, a force buy coming out from Order. These rounds just not really working out for them at this stage. Once again, Chiefs, their default has very much been this A-site retake setup with Apoc Dud. His attention more drawn over to mid, assisting the B players as opposed to the bomb site. As you can see, time's ticking away. I think he's heard something or seen a smoke near Xbox because he dropped a nade over at short earlier from mid, and he's actually fallen back to A now. I feel like we've seen this one before.
And we're about to see it again as well. Vexite, he took a shot before just to bait the attention there of Ricky. But Ricky knows that Chiefs do love this double long setup. And with this awkward smoke, it has broken up the crossfire. But it's Apoc about to take contact now, spotting the cross to sight. But Order still not falling at all. And that'll be the plant for free. Chiefs, they've got so much extra weaponry to go for the retake here.
Yep, and they're trying to clear out Ricky at the moment. Trying to sit at top mid. Ustillo, though, does well to at least cut down one pressure point. And I think the CTs are a little bit too spread out at the moment. They're all trying to chase down Riki, but he's done really well to stay alive. They have to actually back off at the moment and save. I don't feel like they can go in for it, but Vexite looks like he's in position to continue to challenge. But this is just all spread apart for Chiefs at the moment. They just need to back off and hold on to their weapons. The rounds once again being traded back and forth.
Not sure what the call was there, and even the protocol's looking slightly off for the Chiefs. As you mentioned, Kev, they did split up completely, going both ways. Vexite straight to site, and the other two boys certainly trying to deal with Riki, who never really had to leave spawn that round. Went straight back there and then just drew enough attention for enough time, and Order caused an upset on the Pistols for a second time.
This is a really weird start to Dust 2 at the moment, where Order, the rounds that they've won have pretty much just gone straight up short, but the way that they've won it has been completely different. One of them, it's Valiant's Heroics. This time, it's just Riki dancing around and buying enough time. A change right now for Chiefs, as they do manage to commit the forces to short instead. They've given up long control.
Oh, but straight up the guts. It's Vexite to draw first blood. Valiance, though, has something to say. Zeph, oh, he's actually going to be spotted at the last moment. Val only good for one before he's fallen there at lowers. And Apoc Dud, beautiful shot onto Gyra to continue the festivities. Now looking for some more. Can't quite hit it. It's going to be Ustillo doing the swinging now, but he's going to be left last alive as a beautiful nade from Humongous mops up Riki. In the 1v3. He has a big job ahead of him. Huge flash as well, though, with the double peak to follow. Chiefs maintain the lead 3-2.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Order actually force straight back into this as well. This has just been a game of both sides trying to pummel the enemy team's economy into submission at this moment. It's a fist fight. Maybe Order have decided just to chill out a little bit here and just build the money up on Valiance and maybe just prioritize utility. Nope, out comes a force buy, which is what I expected.
All right, very late call, though, so Order unable to play the spawns this round, and it's Humongous doing exactly that as well. Straight up short as fast as anything, and Ali, the buy will be for nothing.
At least it allows an opportunity for someone to go back and pick that up. So Riki's actually picked up the AK-47. He had a scout earlier on, so 3 rifles in play right now for the TE site. Humongous spots out a player in lower dark. Lining up a few HE grenades, does a decent chunk of damage.
And Chiefs, they are not going to back down from this fight.
I think Q's feeling it at this stage. Gyro's missed that smoke, unfortunate.
Too much Tarkov, I'd say. Anyway, Molly over towards Xbox. We'll buy some extra time. Val has to tank it down to 33. Gyro's somehow beat it. Sneaking around the side.
Yeah, Vexite's just not covering it, dropping the utility a little bit late. You can see Humongous was expecting a flashbang push coming forward, but it doesn't work out. So left for dead in a pretty precarious situation. Looks like they were caught in 2 mines. Out comes that single smoke from the T side for now. And you can see Riki's done a lot of good work already on that flank position. That Chiefs are so wary about someone coming out of bedroom this late in a round.
A site now found for free, but Apoc Dud wants to go forward. It is going to be the trade now. Val on elbow, falling. Bomb goes down. Ustillo gets it, but he loses his head. It's going to be Riki now left in the 1v3, but the flanks come in quickly. Zeph now mops it up. That's going to be 3 alive at the end for Chiefs, and 4 on the board. 2-round lead over Order.
Yeah, great stuff coming out from Vexite. We were talking about how he needed to have a better performance coming into this series. And so far, you know, the pressure's off. You versed Renegades, which is the biggest ask. You did okay in that series. Definitely starting to hit a couple of regulation shots, which I'd say a young rifler should, making it look pretty easy as well.
Great positioning, great hold. And a couple of heads tapped away at. Huge round from the newcomer to the Chiefs. Now, in round 7, Order finally forced to go for that Ecos. Even so, there is some upgraded pistols, so anything could happen, but at this point in time, Chiefs are feeling very stable, very confident with this 3-2 split.
Yeah, 100%. Vexite's got an AK-47 right now as well, so even though short, once again, is going to be the porter call for Order, you can see how difficult it is to take when you don't know really what Chiefs' setup is on the CT side. Vexite, big responsibility trying to cover that rotation position now.
There's not actually a whole bunch of mollies to stop this push through elbow. And the 2 smokes from Order will deny a huge amount of vision. 1 or 2 flashes rather as well. Riki will just chain these ones across and try to blind the AWPer, but as you can see, there's so much damage done to Ustilla already. APOC forced back with that one. So it will be the plant looking like it will come through. Surely for free now. Order, get it done. And now it's just a question of how much damage can they do in these positions.
Oh, Zeph has missed a lot of that spray, but he's able to recalibrate. It looks like Gyro decides to join his teammate. Oh, looks like Vexite's going to clear that corner. So once again, all down to Valiance, who's been left on his lonesome, has to push through the edge of that smoke. Has a chance to at least get a kill.
It's looking grim. Val.
Oh, I was about to say, all he needs to do is get a couple of good shots on the diffuser and maybe try to play around the edge of that, but there's just way too many CTs. He doesn't even do any damage at the end of the day in terms of the economy. And this is looking good for Chiefs right now on the CT side. They're starting to build up a little bit of cash flow.
Oh, again, here's that beautiful nade. Almost the Kobe. Wasn't the three-pointer this time. Speaking of 3 points, Chiefs leading by 3 now as we do head in to the 8th round. Valiant still on 8 kills, leading the charge there for Order. Ricky, bit of a slow start. Again, only 1 kill found, but he's doing his job very well there over towards Bedroom, as you said. He has been conditioning Chiefs to worry about that flank time and time again.
I think the issue overall is that Chiefs can continue doing what they're doing right now, which is taking this long control and taking this short control. It's working perfectly for them. What Order needs to start doing is threaten this short control, explore that mid area, and try to push Chiefs into an incorrect read. If they can try to get that third person more over to the CT side of mid, and then execute on the A-bomb site, and maybe try to catch off Apoctide before he can get away, then they've got a better chance of taking out these rounds. Look, to be honest, this is their first proper buy round, I would say. And it might be a great start already as Alistair gets to pick through the Molotov and they're just picking up the pace.
There it is. Flash as well in the perfect position, but Zeph will fall fully blinded, unable to see a thing. And all I can see right now is Chiefs deciding to save with 3 alive.
Yep, no way back into that bomb site. That's just pretty much Chiefs. Normally we say that Zeph and Soju are pretty solid in that B bomb site, but they're just trying to run straight through an incendiary grenade. That's not going to work. And Gyra...
Oh, says, what are you doing, Hugh, mate? Molly should finish him. That smoke comes out just at the perfect moment. The spread isn't there. The wallbang trying to come through. There's no bullets left in the clip. Gyra tapping at the head of Vexite. And Order, with this economy, they can afford to lose 1 more player, but you wouldn't want any more than that.
Yeah, you still want to keep everyone alive right now. Apoctide in the position to do some more damage with the AWP, and you can already see Order's just on contained mission right now. They don't really want to be challenging into this strong position of hit.
Val comes out of that round with full utility. You couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, it's just down to Alistair landing a shot, and at that stage on the B bomb site, it's so vulnerable to be rushed. There's nothing really Zeph can do unless he gets close enough to the smoke, he dodges the flashbang, and he's able to get a multi-man spray down. But he's just too far away.
It looked like Soju just had a misread on the timing and unfortunately had no idea. There was Ali laying in wait in tunnels. Usually you'd expect that AWPer to be just gazing at mid doors, waiting and hoping for a push to come through, but it didn't happen this time. Anyway, Order now focusing on long.
Oh, great stuff coming out from Gyra. He will be able to get this entry as well as Zeph pushing up through short means at the very least, or not, sorry, Zeph pushing B means that Order actually has to accelerate their push into the A bomb site at the moment, and Vexite can't bring that A4 spray back down. Does a lot of damage to Valiance, but he's still combat effective. Utility is going to come out onto this A bomb site as the push is going to be stalled for now.
Ambitious decision, but a huge amount of damage done. Is it enough, though? Still, Zeph, Apoctide, and Soju have a long way to go. Flank will not be coming out from Chiefs now. 2 on short, 1 in CT, seemingly is enough. Smoke as well, progression. Looks like we are going to see a boost, and Apoctide goes over the top. Oh, has a freebie, but he's going to hit the leg onto Ali, so Order now know that there's going to be 2 coming in from short. Ricky finds the first and the second through the smoke there. Pre-fire works wonders. Soju can't get any space found. Oh my, that was a solid hold in the post plant from Order.
Yeah, great stuff coming out from the Riflers. We were saying Ricky had a cold start, but 2 very big impact kills coming into the players that were trying to push through the short smoke. He actually gets a spray onto Apoctide as well, straight into the noggin. Great stuff from the veteran on Order. And now Chiefs money is a little bit all over the place, so they can get some armor and pistols.
Missed opportunity. Ali, a little bit slow on the trigger there. Usually something you don't say about the man, but Apoctide will be caught off guard. A wider hold from Valiance works it this time. HQ with the Deagle is going to fall as well. This deco still could work if Vexite finds some headshots, find these body shots onto Val and Jara to finish. But he's not going to be finding too much there. Val will fall, actually.
Yeah, pretty routine cleanup from here as well. So great stuff from the Riflers once again on order, just composing themselves and just getting their aim up pretty much. You don't want to be dropping these rounds against Eagles. You're able to get out relatively unscathed. You only lose one player in Valiance, which, look, it's not the biggest deal at the end of the day. And this is great now for Order, as their economy has started to build up. They've managed to break the CT economy, as it looks like we're going into another technical pause. We've had a couple of these so far tonight.
Scan on, boys!
So, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
Nah.
I reckon that fixes it. Yeah, she'll be right, mate.
Yeah, she'll be right, mate. Surely just flip that switch and, you know, give me a call and let me know if it worked.
Yeah, just give her a whack. Otherwise, here's my mobile. Just give me a dial later on.
Yeah, you know, Kevin Mack, tech support coming in clutch again. Well, 11th round is upon us. And before we get into it, Order, they seem to have brought this back to a 5v5 situation. Everyone has fully bought up.
This is really just the last couple of rounds has boiled down to how Order have approached the A-bomb site. They're now starting to take this long control successfully, and you can see that Chiefs aren't really adapting around it. Humongous is unable to get out in time. Chiefs not really fighting on the same page. You can't really be trying to fight long with two people and trying to fight short at the same time. That short, like, your A-site player, which I think is Apocdud, who's got utility in his hand, he's going to have the call from his short player going, yeah, drop your flashbangs for me. And then you got Humongous trying to run away, screaming, going, help me, help me. And you're just going to go, okay, so do I drop utility for short or long? It's a terrible decision to be in, and Chiefs have only got themselves to blame with. You've got to focus either on taking long with 3 early on, or you forget about long and you take short. Can't try to take both. That's a little bit greedy.
They haven't been taking both, though.
They tried in the rounds where Order have actually come out through long.
Okay,
and that's the difference, right? That's the difference on why they're getting picked apart when they're trying to fall away. And once again, this is a round where you can kind of look at it and go, yep, they've taken this long control. Excellent. They've given up short.
And you need to play around it. Even Vexite here in CT, he's in a solid position to hear any information for this short push and relay that to the long players as well. But Order, not up short just yet. Ali trying to thread the needle through mid there. But he won't find any victims this time. As you can see, Vexite, he's gone back to Goose. Looking to catch Order off guard if they go for the short push. And the bomb's gone to this position as well. Even though it has been a slow approach from Order. They've still got so much utility, and they haven't baited out too much from the Chiefs.
They understand. I mean, both teams understand this is a big round because Order, they have a perfect read of the situation, the economy of Chiefs. They know that they break this one once again. It's just going to be pistols. You build up that round count on the T side. You make your own CT side easier. Once again, Ricky's just an absolute nuisance in his long position. Doesn't matter if he goes down. He just draws attention and forces the AWP off the short angle, pushes Vexite into Apocdud into a very awkward crossfire situation. 25 seconds left. Order probe into mid. Force the attention from the B-site players and head straight back up to short.
20 seconds, Order leaving this a little late. Apocdud now able to hold the line, but the utility comes through for Order just in time. Flash now going out, so Vexite can swing, and Jyra not going to expect it, except Vexite oversteps his boundaries. Apoc able to trade now, wants to continue going forward. Bomb plant needs to be stuck given the situation. Ustilo gets it down, gets it secured, and now it's a 3v3 for the retake again.
Yep, and Ricky's come out long, so you can see Apocdud has to give it up. And now they're really cautious about when to go in together. Stilo and Ricky, perfect peaks on that timing. It's all down to Soju, but he still can't get rid of that low HP member. Eventually gets the noggin of Astillo, but there's just 2 people waiting for Order. Critical round 1 on that T side is now the CT economy. They've got the loss bonus now, which is just showing Order have been doing the good work to get these rounds on the board.
Ooh, late tack called. Chiefs looking to have a quick old discussion. About what they're going to do here as we head into the 12th round. Order starting to figure out Chiefs, it seems, as they've managed to go for 6 now on the T side. If they get to 7 or 8, I feel like they might have done their job. Maybe they'll need more of an 11 to make it look easy, though. And that's not going to happen.
I think the Chiefs at the moment, sorry to cut you off a couple of times there. Right now, it's just down to map control. They're really relinquishing the short position, and Order's been able to punish them with this A site split. Once again, the B site has not been tested outside of a single round, which, as a B site player, you'll be a little bit frustrated because you're playing permanent retake. But Chiefs on the next buy round, I would say they need to make an adaptation and try to fight the short area. Now, the question is whether or not Order will read into that and actually try to change it as well. Because we saw a couple of rounds ago where Chiefs actually took short with Humongous on the rifle and Vexside as well. It was actually very successful. They were able to get 1 or 2 kills and fall away completely unscathed as Vexside comes into close quarters with a few members, but spots a lot of information. And Humongous is on the flank. If he can deny the bomb, this is really big right now as Order scrambling to recover the C4, which is actually dropped onto Xbox.
Yeah, that's a very rough position, and there's some CTs lurking down below. Can they find the line in time? Ali needs to go forward, but looks like he has just put his little head down. Jump up comes through. Hugh now needs to continue to hunt these heads, but going toe-to-toe with Ali is not a situation you want to be in, but there's no other option stuck here at green box. Hugh now has the movement, works the timing, and Ali, he's missed an opportunity, tries to jump down to the bomb. That one's going to be heard by Hugh, but he gets himself an upgrade. Ali has smashed his way up B ramp, and he will find the time to get the bomb plant down, but Hugh almost outplaying himself there.
Yeah, he doesn't know exactly where Alistair went afterwards, so he's done so much good work already, but still needs to get this final pick off. He's expecting Alistair to go aggressive over at mid, try to isolate at least one of these angles, and it looks like maybe Alistair's got the timing this time around. Perfect clutch coming out from Alistair and Ricky towards the end there. Shaw's just pistols, but that got really dicey. Great attempt coming out from Humongous, but it still means Chiefs drop a round.
You can see that solid off angle coming out from Ali at the end as well, just in between the door and the window. Not a position where you'd expect anyone to be pre-aiming, rather. Speaking of, you wouldn't want Hugh pre-aiming you as he hit a couple of nasty digs that round. Now, Order, 2-round lead, looking to extend it, rather, as Chiefs. 2 on the A site at the moment. APOC has gone very aggressively over on short.
Which is fine, because this is what I was talking about. Chiefs need to prioritize their short control a little bit more, utilize your riflers, and allow APOC just to watch over the situation with that AWP from A bomb site. We saw that yesterday in the matchup between Avant and Renegades, where, yeah, they had APOC occasionally fighting over it long, but Sterling was able to do great work with the AWP just being a turret. Now, APOC needs to summon the same ability as well.
Flash to get Ali into pit. It's Orpa v Orpa. And Ali misses his opportunity. The aggressive style not quite working here. But APOC Dud will give the line. As now you can see Order, they've got control of Dark. Trying to make their way into mid doors. Looks like Jyra wants to throw that underarm smoke again and look for short control now that they have fully dominated long. Ricky, he's starting to edge up long wall as well.
Yep, this is perfect situation for Order, once again, to commence this A-site split. But you can see that flashbang completely nullified by Valiance playing anti-flash. Order have set up for this situation perfectly. And APOC Dud is just going to be tapped away. It's all down to Humongous to hold off 2 angles. But Zeph's actually going to bail him out of a terrible situation. And the bomb still needs to cross into the bomb site.
3v2, Chiefs can still achieve a win in the round. So, Juice worked the timing through the smoke. Now, Ustillo, however, is covering this angle. Head not going to be lost just yet as the bomb plant goes down. Jyra and Ustillo going to be stuck on site. Jyra so low, may just burn alive, but it's the 2-man peak forced out by that molly, and it works out because Order are starting to hit their shots, securing round after round, and that's going to be the 3-round lead over the Chiefs.
And once again, it's just the patience coming out from the main 3-man pack, right? You've got the flashbang. It's actually perfect coming in from Chiefs. It's timing on the incendiary grenade. They know the time's ticking down. It should have been perfect, but you have Valiant, who's playing anti-flash, or understanding that there is danger. He's covering the backs of everyone. He hears that flashbang. He goes in for the kill. Great stuff. Has Order 2 rounds away from putting up double digits in their own T half. But this is the terrible thing, right? They're encroaching onto the B bomb site right now. And how many times have we seen something like this?
Whoa.
But Valens is just so clued on. 16 kills, 9 death. The ratio of monitors everywhere.
Not the one that people like to use.
No.
No. Lots of these players would be using that 4x3 stretched, which can come back to haunt them, bite them if they don't hard clear these corners. Speaking of, Vexite is going to sit in a very hard corner of the crack, especially if this two-man setup works, but that will rely on Order walking into the trap, which at the moment it looks like they may just do.
I'd say Valens is going to drop the smoke. Crossover, maybe a few shots as well, but his feet's going to be spotted out. Nope.
Ricky
entry.
now, that's going to be the push on one side of the map, and Vexite's gone forward trying to react appropriately, but unfortunately, as you can see, the B-Site's almost found APOC will be able to get his hands on that AK
This is
just
dangerous.
at the perfect time.
This is really bad. Order. Oh no, how have they done this? They force it into another 1-on-1. Humongous and Alistair once again matching up against each other. I feel like this is a repeat, but Alistair does have time to work with.
Oh, solid position to go for the plant now. Hugh has made his way through window already, and he has to commit to a line. He just needs to work it out, but it's Ali to fall. Hugh this time will win the same 1v1 and get another round on the board for the Chiefs. That's going to be 6 now.
I just looked at that and I just went, why did Order do that? They went big brain where it's like, okay, Ricky's got these kills. Let's go over to A because we've cleared out mid, we've cleared out B.
Yep.
Excellent. They're going to be pulled off the rotation at A. We've got the majority of members there. Well, they decide to go back to the B bomb site. And I hate seeing this from teams. They're trying to go, all right, we can fight off this single guy. APOC died. He doesn't even have armor. He kills 2 people. And you got 2 people charging him afterwards. Like, why?
Just doesn't work out. Doesn't add up.
And that's a round where I just go, please do not do that again, Order. They've looked so structured, so good so far, and they've just outbrained themselves. They went, okay, we're going to play around these rotations and whatnot, and the APOC just goes, all right, P250 goes pew-pew.
The decision making seemingly the downfall at the moment for Order, but they still maintain that lead. Let's see if they can carry it across to a 9-6 half, or if Chiefs can ride the momentum from the previous to keep it close as an 8-7. Lots of bullets going to be spammed through double bedroom doors, rather, looking for any free damage onto Hugh. But Order, it might just be the round to go for a mid to B. Zeph in a perfect position to deal with it. Val for the trade. That one's going to favour Order as long as they don't fall into the trap of APOC Dud Molly. Going to a nice position. But that second smoke just taking a little bit too long. Molotov will buy so much extra time for this rotation from the rest of the Chiefs, though. And Soju hits the mark just when it's needed most. Can he find the second man? Ali isolating. Crabwalk will not be the answer. And there's the man advantage again for Order. How does this round turn out?
Yeah, good flashbang from Alistair to get out alive as well, but Vexite pushes through just at the right time, so 2-on-3, so hard to flush out this AWP from this position, and you can see exactly why. He gets the double flick down. Order will take the 9-6 lead into the half, but things are so tight at the moment. We're going to a short break. We'll be right back with more action.
best of times with nowhere to go. No bright lights for the future, only frozen rain. Try and ignite a revolution. Some things never gonna change. Don't let it get the best of us. I'll fight for what you know. Let the world bet against us, but we'll be getting close. The time is running out tonight, so let's go. So let's go. Crying eyes try to look away, but we're no good at pain. The same old mess we always seem to make. Clean it up again. Metal heart with a black key.
Time for the second half. Order leading just by 3 after a solid end to that T side. Now they are on the defense, and it's Chiefs' time to shine. This is where they really shut down Renegades the other day on Dust 2. Let's see if they can do it again up against Order this time.
Yeah, I think overall that half definitely Order's part of the court. I felt like they'd probably deserved themselves 11 rounds. Chiefs winning a few clutches, doing a bit of damage that they shouldn't have. You can blame Order for one of those rounds. You can say Chiefs Brilliance won them the second one. So, look, it's just going to be the contact out onto B. Valiant's not easy to delete him, but Zeph's got the P250, and it's going to be a 4-on-5 retake.
2 flashes for said retake, though. Ricky has them in hand, and he is going to have that kit to play with too. Now, Ali will be coming in through tunnels, though, staying silent. I don't think that Apoc Dud has heard this one. Certainly not facing the wrong direction, but Ali's going to walk straight past him, doesn't clear his corner, doesn't even give it a second thought. Now, oh, he does. Okay, so there's a situation to find the double, and the retake's on.
Oh, my goodness. The pistol from Alistair. Too good at the moment, and Ricky and Estillo just chiming in and cleaning off. Alistair, great trigger discipline, and you can see he inches himself really close to Upper Dark to buy every single advantage that he could. Works the charm as Order take the pistol, but Chiefs have that bomb plant. And I hope they decide to go for body armor and pistols, or maybe just a few pistols, but they have forced up here.
I love this play from Ali. Just 2 clean ones. No time for the communications to go through that fiber, through the headphones. It is just the bullets going through the heads instead. Now, Order, they've gotten to that double-digit mark, and Chiefs, they've gone for the AK play. So 2 AKs in the hands there. 3 Deagles, one of which has armor and full utility. The other 2, pretty much just glass cannons.
Oh, they're not going to expect this setup coming out from Order, but they're still able to punish it. Have they spotted Ricky out? Yes, Vexside has great responsibility with the AK-47, makes it work. And now Valiance as well, going to be just dipping in and dipping out. Trying to do as much damage as he can, but actually it's just all down to the 1-on-3. The Riflers can't manage to make it work out. Alistair, though, he's going to give it a good crack. Surely there's a kit for him to retrieve somewhere.
He does have a flash to send himself through the doors. Now Hugh, spotted and dealt with, but now with the flash, Ali makes the read as well and gets it done in the 1v3. Huge clutch for Order there as 11 will be secured. And the anti-eco, well, what they thought was an anti-eco will not be lost just yet. Bit of BM as well right at the end. Ooh.
Just keep shooting that head, Alistair, mate. You're looking good while doing it. He was one of the critical players that went missing yesterday again in the Avant series. Completely different look today. Already on to 17 kills. You can attribute a lot of these clutches to him. And that was down to Chiefs trying to take the initiative, trying to bully Alistair into submission. But he's able to get that pick onto Vexside. Very comfortable coming up. And as you said, reads the flashbang, understands what Chiefs were trying to do there. And from that point onwards, Apoc Dud didn't have any body armor. So Aim Punch would have torn him to shreds with the Silenced M4.
Unfortunate situation for Chiefs where it could have been turned in their favour.
Look, they've got the bomb plant down, and with that loss bonus, they can still get AK-47s as well as Galils with a bit of utility. But the problem is that they have to invest these 2 smokes on the cross. You can't really be faking map control elsewhere. And Alistair's posted on the perfect angle right now with the AWP. He just has to miss. That's the only way he gets punished. Alistair doesn't miss, though.
The good thing about the rest of the round is Chiefs, they've already made the decision. They are going to be committing to this A-long take. And Justillo, he spots it, but that smoke may just not be enough. The nade to follow gets some damage, very minimal, but the MP9 needs to get work done at close range. Flash comes through, Hugh up on site now. It is going to be APOC done to cover. It's back to the 4v4. Jyra, full control of short though, so the retake will come through as Ricky almost finishes off Vexite.
Yeah, 15 damage, and Vexite's actually still trying to fight this one 1 HP. That's very, very bold. Still an incendiary grenade to use on the retake, and that's gone maybe a little bit too... No, it's gone in the perfect position at Goose, and Humongous is going to be flushed out. And APOC died. Has the AK-47 in hand. Zef's not really in a position to help out right now. He can help out with the CT aggressors, but the flashbang is just a little bit too good from Order. It's all down to Zef trying to hold this angle, trying to find the shots, but it's going to be Alistair posting up. And Order just trying to find the player with the kit. That's actually Ricky. He's the only one with the kit.
Fortunate, leaving just enough time to decide who actually was going to get on the bomb. But now, as you can see, Alistair is starting to go on a bit of a rampage now that he's managed to get that confidence up. That 1v3 surely getting him riled and ready to go. So 12 now secured on the board for Order, doubling that which Chiefs have. And now there's no money remaining after the 2 forced rounds,
Oh, no.
and Ali is just going to be shutting this round down as fast as he possibly can, leaving the B site open as well. Chiefs didn't capitalize though.
Look, it's always a scissors, paper, rock risk, and in that case, Order would be very confident coming in late at that and retaking it against pistols or against rifles. They would have a lot of utility still to come into it. So Jyra is just going to hop over and assist Alistair in case that mid to B push comes out, but Chiefs a little bit straggled all over the place. Yes, they've got mid control, but they really haven't sold anything else so far. And look how much utility you still have in Ricky, Justillo, and Alistair.
Well, Chiefs haven't done anything to force it out, really.
Yep, they finally did something, which is good.
And Ali posted on this line again. Different position where he was previously spotted. Soju doesn't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Will not go for the repeat.
I don't think you want to touch that with a 50-meter pole, to be honest. Let's be realistic. Alistair in this form, you know that he's going to have riflers supporting him. What do you do? All right, I guess we'll go in and hit a 1B.
Okay.
So, just got to click on the head better, is what Soju says, but he's by himself in a 1-on-4. You can already see all the CTs rotating themselves into a position on the B bomb site in case he pushes through, and just Valiant spotting. But as time is ticking away, Soju needs to make a play.
Oh, and not fully clearing the off angle there. Soju tried to commit to the B ramp line, and he will be punished appropriately. Now, into the 20th round we go. Chiefs are back on the bye. Their first full reel by APOC Dud has that AWP to play with. Utility for everyone. This is where they need to make this comeback happen on their map pick, or Order will be shutting this one out soon.
Yeah, not smoking the cross. Alistair, that's a little bit greedy right there. Long fight's going to come out from Chiefs as well as Order. So this is all really down to the gunshots right now as Humongous is going to be torching alive, and he's going to eat that HE grenade. It's actually APOC Dud's flashbang that doesn't work, and this has just gone from bad to worse. Long control has been secured very easily by Order. So yeah, they can head up short, but that's cool. You don't have long control.
Yeah, that's it. Look, Vexite, he copped some damage there. Will get away with the bomb, realizing he's the only player that still has utility to play with, so didn't really want to be going and falling, just trying for a trade. 2-man disadvantage. Deep Smoke has actually worked in Chiefs' favor, allowing them just out of the doors here. Valiant. Looks like he won't suffer any punishment. Nice and passive here. And CT doesn't want to overextend and give Chiefs any advantage here.
I mean, that's the only weak part of the map so far. You're very confident they're not going to be up short. Now comes that smoke, then you're going to be calling it for sure as Valiant is going to try and find some timing shots. Look, the T's will be able to evade that.
But Ali, he's very low on the back of sight. Spotted maybe on the entry. Soju deals with him appropriately. There's the 2 kills they need, and now it's even Stevens. 3v3 for the retake. Order. Will they expect Zef on this aggressive play through Lower Dark?
That's the real question, isn't it? Because if Zef just stays there and clears out this angle, he can actually go back to Upper Dark and play it, or he can try to cut off the rotation from Ricky, who's deciding to just stay passive for now. Out comes the flank, and there it is. Zeph's going to strike, and that's actually going to shift the rest of the Chiefs players to actually make a bit of a move. Order just have to fall back. Can't really make this 2-on-3 work anymore.
Huge play. Zeph, 1 kill. And then the round was secured. But also Soju with the double entry up the B ramp into B. That was spectacular for Chiefs. And now, Order still need 3 to close it out, but Chiefs in an achievable situation. 3 alive at the end with an AWP carried across is huge for Chiefs' economy. Order should be able to buy it up into the 21st round, but even still, it's not all over yet. Ooh, double AWP setup. Okay.
Double AWP. Yep. First time that they've thrown it in, obviously. They've got the economy for it as well. Pretty decent utility all across the board. But Ricky is not blinded by that. Just gets the timing shot. And once again, Apoc Dud is going to go thirsty. Looking for kills, but he's not going to get anything at all.
Ooh. Late flash.
Soju just got one straight through smoke on the B bomb site.
He did too. That's disgusting. But the common line can sometimes be punished. And that's what we just saw.
This is great now for Chiefs. 4v4, forcing all this utility over into the B bomb site. Zeph's actually just going out dry at the moment. So risky. He goes in just as Alistair falls off.
U2 coming through, and it looks like we are going to see the accelerator hit. Zeph now suffering. Ali, can he find some more? Surely the corner, it's looking good as well. Pop flash beautifully placed as well. And does he find all 4? He certainly does. What a play. Ali is on fire.
Yep, this is the vintage Ali that you always love to see. Confidence, good looks, and clean hits as well. Nothing you can do for Chiefs. The flashbangs just don't do enough to get him off this angle.
Everything. Look at that. It's just the feed. 4 quick kills in about 10 seconds, that play was. That was crazy.
Yep, and that's pretty much put Order in a very good situation because they have a lot of people left alive after that.
Classic Ali too. Just re-peeking over and over, picking everyone off.
Look, you got to be making those confidence peaks.
Of course.
Especially if you're hitting all those shots and you're not getting punished for it. That's not really his fault for getting away with it.
You can contrast it to what we saw from Sterling yesterday. He was just holding his ground and still getting those feeds, not really peeking other than over that short box. But still, you love to compare them. However, 22nd round rather, as Chiefs are on a lackluster buy. Utility's already been used. But Order, look at this position from Ali. He's gone through the mid doors. He's going to be gazing into lowers. He's got absolutely no fear, as Chiefs are now trying to sell a fake at A. Haven't drawn out any rotations just yet, though, or some of them, actually.
It still is in the perfect position, but Vexite actually gaining that kill is critical. Doesn't go for the second, though, unfortunately, so the B site player is going to work out just in time. A 1-for-1 means that they do manage to get entry over to this B bomb site, and Humongous trying to stay alive.
Oh.
Stays alive and does some damage. Great stuff. It's the double AWP on the retake. Alistair, you'd say that he's going to go for this. He's been confident so far.
Soju on a nice line, but going toe-to-toe with Ali at the moment is really going to put you on the receiving end, but it is just Ali doing the receiving himself now as Ricky hasn't pushed too far forward. Still very wary that Humongous is hanging around like a bad smell on the A site.
I was honestly hoping that maybe Humongous would go in for this kill. Look, the money isn't really a worry for Chiefs at this stage if they drop an all around because that's it. They're up against match point. But look, taking it safe sometimes is a good thing.
How many times do you see a play like that just completely crumble and not work? And then this time, it's worked perfectly. Vexite with an entry, Humongous just drawing the attention for so long. Ali came all the way up short and was like, guys, there's no one here. What's going on? Oh, they're all come along, right? But they haven't seen anything because there's the wall of smokes, perfectly utilized utility, and then boom, the push out onto the B site. Val finds one, spots the bomb, but the round's already over.
Yeah, I mean, it's all down to pretty much Vexite getting that kill into Astillo that allows him the round as Alistair doesn't need an AWP. He just needs a sidearm, high caliber, straight into the noggin in Humongous, more like Smallmongus.
How's he just doing it over and over? And over and over and over and over? I don't even know. But Chiefs, they are looking for an equalizer here. Strength in numbers, 3 at lower dark, but Ali, shoulder could have been spotted there, Vexite.
I don't know if you want to challenge him right now. No. Alistair's in this form where he's just going to be fighting. He's going to be swinging you. Finally, he's put down, but he's done so much damage.
Zeph does manage to turn it into a trade, but still these trades are going to favour Order. That's going to be the aggression into uppers. Bomb control now in the hands of Order, and Chiefs the round crumbling away.
Yep, and now it's they're trying to hold off against this aggression. There's assault coming out from the pistols, and Order giving them a little bit of their own medicine, but the flashbang's great from Apoc Dud to at least get a single pick back, but Zeph now in a pretty precarious crossfire. It's going to go down to that saved AWP from Ricky.
Yeah, peeking a little bit too late to trade, hoping that Ricky went onto the window line instead, but even still, Ricky's on fire. There's that entry from Ali. Beautiful shot on the Deagle. And then the 2-tap in the torso as Vexite got, it's actually on the head. Vexite got very ambitious through mid-doors there, and now Order are on map point.
Yep, Alistair thinking about pushing into lower dark. It's actually Ricky with the AWP. Oh, and he gets the pick onto Vexite as well. Order is starting to take control all across the map. You can see confidence from their players right now.
And this second half from the Chiefs has just not looked anything like we saw from them.
That's
up
a difference.
against Renegades.
That's a difference, though, when you're versing against players that are actually hitting shots where you're not starting to land a couple of killing blows of your own. Look, it's not to say that Chiefs haven't found some success on their buy rounds, but they're playing from a very big disadvantage. They didn't have really enough rounds to work with in the first place. Losing the pistol as well, definitely not going to help. Right, they lost the pistol, right? If I remember correctly.
Who, sorry?
Chiefs lost the pistol on their T half.
Yes.
So, short execute going to come out, but they've only got a single smoke and 2 flashbangs to work with. It's just going to be the gunplay for them after this.
Oh, but a perfect flash from Ali. He's going to send Ustillo straight in. A whole bunch of blinded Ts, but it didn't matter. Zeph was not blind and managed to connect Molly to the perfect spot now, but Apoc Dud was already planting. However, it's just going to be Apoc Dud and Zeph versus all of Order, it seems. 4v2 as Order are looking for the retake here. Full short control for the Chiefs. And Apoc Dud, he's going aggressive. He needs to try to equalize here, but Ali's at the ready, and it's looking like this is all she wrote. It certainly is. Send it to another chapter. That is going to be the 16-8 affair on the first map of the series, and that'll be it for Dust 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be breaking all of this for you down in the post-match. Congratulations to Order for taking the first map. Can Chiefs come back in the second? Well, find out after this break.